Hi, my name is Bob and I'm renovating this 1973 Egg Harbor Sportfish boat. Well, hello and welcome to Renovation Sportfish. Well, I did. I said I was going to do videos every other week for the summer, but I changed my mind. I'm going to put them out every week. I didn't really like not putting them out every week. So I have to compromise and put out shorter videos. So here's the first one of the shorties, I guess. It's episode 10. It covers the projects I did in the year 2014. At least this is the first part of it. And 2014 was basically all about the Flybridge, removing everything and replacing everything. So here we go. First part of 2014. Enjoy it. What a disaster the Flybridge turned out to be. Every piece was rotted. This was a total gut job. I found that out real quick when I was doing other things around on the cabin sides. But anyways, yeah, everything had to go. The only thing I could salvage was the actual helm station. And that's a fiberglass piece, but all the wood pieces were shot, and I didn't like the way they were attached. All these pieces were attached with the thought that they were going to be, or they were removable, and I think that kind of led to some of the rotting, since it was relying on seals at the bottom. When I say seals, I mean caulk. At the edge of plywood walls and seats and all this other stuff. So anyways, when I put it all back, it's all going to be permanently installed and there won't be any sealant at all. But before I show some pictures of things being removed, I'll go through all the pieces that make up the actual Flybridge. You have the two front walls, the two side walls, and the lower support piece that these walls attach to. You have two passenger seats, a helm seat base, which was a round piece of mahogany, and then you have the actual helm station, which, like I said, was a fiberglass piece, and the dashboard, which underneath the wood that was on top of the dashboard, there's actually a fiberglass piece. It's supposed to be attached to the helm station, but it was cracked all along the seam, as you can see in the picture. And then there's some cabinets and some little interior pieces of wood inside the cabinets for putting shelves and that kind of thing. So those are all the pieces that make up the Flybridge. Now, before I removed anything, I had to disconnect all the wiring, control cables, steering cables, all that stuff from up underneath there, and document it all. And took some photographs of things, but like for the wiring, I actually did a wiring diagram, which you see here, for the entire boat. So I have that as a reference for the future. So I guess with that, we can show some pictures of the demo. I should say I didn't remove everything off the Flybridge. I left the two front walls, the cabinet faces, and the fiberglass dashboard piece intact. That way when I put the new pieces in, I'd have something to actually fit them up to. So that I wasn't just trying to figure out where everything went. I could just get these pieces in and then move on from there. So that's why I left those pieces intact. So here we go, pictures of the demo. Now it was time to start fabricating new things. So the pieces I'm going to fabricate and show in this video are the two passenger seats, the two sidewalls, the sidewall support pieces along the bottom, and the Helm seat base is a little rounded piece of mahogany. Now, something totally unrelated that you're going to notice in the photos, if you saw my last video when I put in the windshield and the side pieces on the cabin, I left them a little long. Those are all planed down and sanded flush with the deck now. So if you keep an eye out, you'll see those things. Just thought I'd throw it out there. So the first pieces are the, I'm going to show, are the passenger seats. They're basically 3/4 inch marine grade plywood boxes. Factory ones were a 3-sided box that just went right into the sidewall, and that was kind of the fourth side. They had to kind of notch around the sidewall upper trim piece, and I really didn't like that. So I kind of moved the actual seat away from the sidewall. You'll see in the photos, put like a slope piece. So the boxes I made are more 4-sided and a little more robust than the factory ones. I also had to adjust the width of them, or depth of them, because I wanted them to be able to screw down into ceiling beams, so I had to adjust it so that the screws would line up with ceiling beams. I had to move the seat back a little bit too, I think. For the sidewalls, those were 1/2 inch marine grade Doug-fir plywood. They're a little over 8 feet long, so I had to scarf about a 6-inch piece on the ends of them, and I did a true scarf joint. So yeah, that was my first time. It came out fine. You don't even see it. It's behind the trim. Those you had to deal with not only the tipping in of them, so you had to get some angles going on, deal with the camber, the same thing with the seats. You also, the plywood deck had a bit of a camber fore and aft as well that I had to deal with to cut the bottom, so those are little tricky things there. You also notice the side pieces, I am fitting them about 1.5 inches. I moved them out about 1.5 inches each to make a little more room up there. And then the support pieces are a piece of mahogany that was all basically hand formed, especially on the ends. The original pieces stopped short of the end of the sidewalls, and kind of was a place for water to collect. I think originally there was probably holes there, and somewhere along the line they got fiberglassed or closed in, and that just caused a lot of rot. So these pieces, I extended them past the sidewall so the water would drain down and around and off the edge. And so there was a lot of hand forming, almost like wood carving going on there. And then the seat base, which I think I show later here, that is just a piece of mahogany, a round piece of mahogany, pretty simple to make. So here we are, cutting and fitting the pieces. So the last thing I'm going to show in this video is the installation of the sidewall lower supports. Now I screwed these down through the decking into deck beams or blocking, whichever was there. I put blocking in just for this purpose. But before I could do the starboard side, I did find a rot hole in the decking. It was right where the front wall and the sidewall came together. I did put blocking under there anyways to screw the support piece to. So I just had to fill the hole up on the top with a piece of plywood. Now, of course, I didn't have a piece of 3/8 inch plywood, marine grade, which is what the deck is made out of. So I just had to improvise with a piece of 1/4 inch and then just fill the top over it with thickened epoxy. So that's what you're going to see here. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Renovation Sportfish. Hope you enjoyed it. If it's the first time you've ever seen one of my videos, so feel free to visit the channel. Once you're there and you see the other videos, hopefully you'll like them enough to subscribe, and that'd be great. I always love to see a new subscriber. For the people who are already subscribed or just watching them, watching all along, thanks again. Hope the new shorter format doesn't ruin it for you. Hopefully it makes it better. It's making it better for me anyway, so hopefully that translates to you. So anyways, until next time, have a good one, and we'll see you really soon right here on Renovation Sportfish.